version 2. Pretty nice little box. Okay, so we have a teardrop shaped boom, inverted teardrop. It's going to be a lot stronger on crashes. It's not going to shear off in a perfect circle around there. And we have traditional skids, much better than the original ones. Those are the only two, like, obviously fragile parts. The tail fin's different. I can't use the same tail fin on the V2 as I can on the V1, same as a little tail support piece there. Other than that, we're good. I much prefer it in orange. That's way more my colour. And a fly ballast controller we can tinker with. But let's fly it stock with the transmitter and see if it's the same experience as V1 out of the box. Oh, that's the other thing. The power input from the fly ballast controller, or the ESC fly ballast controller combo, it was coming out the side in the other one, which I thought was a bit nicer for the batteries up there, but this one's coming out the front. As long as you haven't got too much cable to squish up there in the nose, you should be okay. Up here there's definitely room. And we are good to go. Let's see what level is like out of the box. Normal mode. Wow. Wow. I mean, there's no input there. So look like we've got ever so slight forwards and left drift. Let's put it there, and there we go. That seems to drift faster that time. Yeah, definite left, slightly forward drift. Oh, it's so stable though. I really dig the orange in the sky. I really dig the orange. I might have to change the yellow one to orange. Okay, so I'm in idle up 1, but I'm also still in self-level mode, which feels weird. But I guess if you're getting used to idle up, it might be useful to you. Okay, so now I'm in idle up 1 and 3D mode. Idle up 2. Yeah. Oh, actually, not much, but the tail is moving more than the V1 out the box. Yeah, definitely. Oh wow, yeah. There's a little drift there. That drift around to the left was not me. It doesn't feel to me like idle up 2 is quite as violent, like the stops. I haven't got as much pitch. Nah, there's definite drift around there to the left. Wow, okay. So V1 out the box is flying perfect, V2 not so. Wow. So if I do a little punch out, little hard stops down, it kind of moves right and then drifts left afterwards. There was a dude who asked me today on the channel what am I doing about the tail drift, and I said I hadn't got any, but I'm on a V1. I think he's got a V2. But there's, yeah, tons of people are saying it's flying amazing at the box. It's super stable, but that it just doesn't feel anywhere near as violent to me. Yeah, and the tail's moving. So it's as if you're inputting a little bit of right rudder. The tail's moving to the left. And there a little bit as well. Not so much in TikToks, not continuous ones anyway. Yeah, those stops aren't as hard. Ah, wow. Right, that last half circle I moved. That moved 180 rounded, that tail. Wow, punch up and down a couple of times and then just let off the cyclic input, just level the cyclic and the tail drifts around to the left. I'm repeating myself, but I'm absolutely stunned after experiencing V1. So we're back down to idle up 1 at the moment. I can hear it, just ever so slight chirping. Oh wow, a little bounce of the tail as well. Yeah, it's not as violent. It's definitely not as violent. V2 mode just could be set less in the heli, I guess. But there's a tail issue, and RPM isn't as fast. V1 flies better for me. Yeah, a little aileron slow tick-tock, and the tail moved around to the right that time. So, sorry, as if you're pressing left on the tail. Wow. So as I came out of that, I only wanted a quarter turn on the tail, and I got more than that. And my battery's not too low because I've flown this one cycle on version 1. And I've still got 2 green lights left. So I've got to say, that's a little disappointing after flying V1. Now, it also felt like the rates at full whack on the cyclic, possibly a little bit more. Like a little bit more than V1 on the rates, out of the box with nothing touched with the stock transmitter, that is. But the head speed in idle up 2 wasn't as violent. My amount of pitch that I've got, definitely it's not the same, or it doesn't feel anywhere near the same. The hard stops on version 1, really violent. It could be just, yeah, it's not really needed, so they turned it down a little bit, as, I don't know, we'll see. So apart from the things we already mentioned, we've also got the metal servos on the other one have open caps at the end with a little rubber cap on it. So the cordless motor is basically breathing, it's sticking out the butt. These are completely metal and metal shrouded. There's no extra butt on there, that's CNC'd as part of the case. So they're definitely nicer servo cases than the metal cases on V1. But while I like the structural changes, this isn't as flying as well out of the box. Isn't flying as well out of the box. It's certainly not perfect. The tail doesn't impress me particularly on any of those settings. So obviously there's something to work out, whether that's gains or slightly unbalanced props or slightly unbalanced blades. The setup is spot on it, so it can't be that. There's no vibrations or slop or anything like that apart from the battery tray. The battery tray moves forwards and backwards just a mil, half a mil or so. Is that an issue? I don't know. It does that on the version 1 as well. I'm going to put another quick pack through this because I've got another one of these stock packs just out of curiosity. 3D mode, full rates, idle up 1. So yeah, tail moving around. It's really bad. I can't tell you how good I am. But, I mean, it flies well apart from that, so it doesn't feel like there's anything faulty. but out the box, that's not an experience that would impress me. Yeah, and there's wobble on it as well when you do a hard stop. I was under the impression V2 was going to be an improvement. So I don't even want to fly it at the moment. I think what I'm going to do, because V1 flew so gorgeous, I'm going to take the blades, the tail blade and the main blades off the version 1 and put them on version 2 and see what the score is there, because if there's anything different going on there, it should show up. But just gonna have a coffee and tinker with it.